Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Manchester City podcast. It is the Mandem United podcast meets the Mandem City podcast. So we'll be talking all things regarding both Manchester clubs. Manchester City suing the Premier League. Yes, you heard it right, people. Manchester City suing the Premier League. Of course, we all know about the 115 charges pending against Manchester City, but they're fighting back. Does it have anything to do with it? Maybe, maybe not. We will be discussing that. And in regards to Manchester United, never out the news. Whether we're playing or we're not playing, whether it's the summer transfer window or whether it's the middle of the season. INEOS GLAZERS 2.0 was trending, so we'll be discussing that. I'll be giving my thoughts on that as well. But before I bring Vator into the building, please make sure you run up the likes, hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Please share across the socials as well. Follow at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, across all the socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Let me bring in my Don, you know what I'm saying, from Canada, all the way out there in Canada. Hilarious Don, I've said it before. His sarcasm is so fitting for the channel. Trust me, if someone ever suited a channel, it's Vator at Sarcasm City TV. So big up Vator in the cut. Yes, Vator, what we saying, man? What's good?
Yeah. Flawless, my guy. It's going to be one of those nights, man. It's going to be one of those nights. I'm going to start with a couple of images. And I'm no spoilers. Those of you on Spotify, you got to get to the YouTube channel. I know you hear the voices, Flawless and myself, we speak, but you got to go to the YouTube channels. There's imagery, there's visuals. Right now on screen, I got to describe it because you can't see it. No spoilers, but there happens to be two characters on Power. If you haven't saw the show, it's a hype show, really good show. Shout out to 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Shout out to 50 Cent. I got two characters on screen. One happens to be Simon Stern, respected American businessman. Another is another businessman, not considered as respected, not considered as clean, in James St. Patrick. I have these two on screen because one's acceptable, one is not. And the reason why I'm bringing this up today is because we're going to be talking about Manchester City and some of their sponsorship deals that happen to be acceptable and some that don't happen to be acceptable. So, charge up everybody in the building. I'm Vator Games. Obviously, my man Flawless has been so kind to do another show with me, and we're going to talk about this. Yo, Flawless, man, listen, the guns are out tonight. Because
man out there with the vest, you know what I'm saying, and that
listen,
flexing the arms and that. I see you, fam. I see you shining.
A little bit. Summertime, man. I gotta get the tan evened out, right? You can see like the tan's not right now. I gotta even it out. But we flexing this summer. I got to. I gotta flex because of. If you can't read this, obviously on Spotify, you can't read what's behind me right now. But Manchester City did something that was never done in top flight English history. True. English football history. And damn Flawless for stopping me from winning back-to-back Prem and FA Cups, but that's for another time. This four-peat is why we're flexing tonight. This four-peat is also why Manchester City are on the offense. This is also why Manchester City are tired of playing defense. Tired of looking like Arsenal and defending for our lives. Tired of looking like Real Madrid and defending and going to pens. No. We're going on the offensive. We're being like, okay, now we see how you're moving. We see how you introduce this new rule, 14 clubs, 2/3 need to vote a certain way. We recognize that the powerful clubs, the established clubs, no disrespect, but the Uniteds, the Arsenals, the Liverpools, you can kind of lean on these other clubs to follow suit because you don't necessarily need all 14 to do it. You need 2/3 of those who choose to vote to do it.
What is the vote actually for? What did it? So 2/3 of the Premier League clubs need to vote for what? Is it in regards to Manchester?
Any changes? Any changes that want to happen?
Yeah, I know that much. Yeah,
any changes that want to happen. So when they want to say, you know what? Newcastle, y'all got some billion owners. League. Let's meet up. Let's have an annual. Let's have an annual meeting. Let's all vote on this rule that sponsorships coming out of that area need to be third party evaluated. Let's all agree that 2/3 of us need to all say that these deals coming out of this new Newcastle ownership, these sponsorships, oh yeah, we see there's a lot of interest there. We see there's a lot of hype. People want to invest early. Let's add a third party regulator. Let's add a third party evaluation to make sure that these numbers seem right. Because why would a new sponsor to Newcastle want to maybe match what's been offered in terms of a shirt deal for Arsenal? Why would someone want to match what might be a new training ground equal to what Liverpool have been doing? Newcastle don't have the success. Newcastle don't have that following yet. This is what City is looking at. This is what City is saying. We see how you're moving. We see how you're now going to continue to add these additional rules to keep the status quo, to keep the competition level at a certain way, now that we don't want this added competition. City are like, listen, no, you're not establishing a glass ceiling. We see through it. Yeah, we've accepted this. We have to vote through this, but we've seen how this is moving. We want to change this rule. We want this rule changed. And on top of that, what's with this third party business on my sponsorship deals? Oh, no, North American sponsorships, that's all calm. But once you hear that supposedly a cousin of mine wants to invest in my club, nah, it looks shady. Nah, I don't agree with those dollars. I don't agree with that figure. This is what's crazy about it. This is why I'm like, nah, we need to flex on these cats. This summer, we are not accepting this anymore. Because when everybody is like, let's keep the competition flat. Let's keep the clubs that have been winning financially stay there. No, we recognize competition breeds quality. The more you have in terms of Newcastle's, Aston Villa's, you see Arsenal resurging. The more competition, the better, because everyone's got to step their game up. We can't just be good enough for the English league. No disrespect. See what Real Madrid just did?
Fact, shout out Madrid. We'll get your thoughts on that as well. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that.
Boo to Real Madrid. All this praise. I respect what they're doing, but I ain't shouting out Real Madrid.
Why you not shouting out Madrid? Have they not made a fantastic move?
I love how what they do happens to be, let's celebrate. Let's give them
100%.
But when City make to do similar attempts, somebody's ruining football.
Oh, no. See, that's where it goes too far. I'm at least honest about my bias. It's nothing to do with ruining football. It's ruining my footballing life.
I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah. So if you made this move, I would applaud it and go, fantastic for Manchester City. What they made the right move from a footballing perspective. But do I hate it here? Yes, I don't want to see you lot get Mbappe. Because then that is further to your dominance. And Real Madrid is you and Real Madrid. You're the two best teams in Europe. I've said this. So them getting stronger means it lessens your chances of winning Champions Leagues, and I'm all for it. That's what needs to be done.
Flawless. We can't continue to have this Real Madrid stack up these UCLs.
Why not? It don't affect me.
It does affect you. You want to have 15 one day.
I would love to have 15.
Yeah, so don't let them get 16 and 17.
Hey, if I was in the competition, I'd hear you, but I'm not in the competition, unfortunately.
This is where we disagree, and let me break down the science to it.
Yeah, go on. This gonna be good.
No, this ain't funny. This is real. Let me break down the science to this.
They have not done, I swear down.
Real Madrid in this 15. No lie, I did not watch it. I still to this day have.
You know what? You missed a good game. It was a good game.
No, I didn't.
It was a good game. Overall, it was a good game.
Well, let's get out of here.
I didn't mind who I wanted to win. It was actually an entertaining game. It was an entertaining match. It was good.
It was an entertaining match.
Yeah, 100%. Because I didn't have
for the
whole 90 minutes. Yeah, because I didn't have no ties on who I wanted to win.
Why does that matter though? Why does that matter?
Because then when you're emotionally attached, that cloud that can.
So
for the first time in a long time, I'm watching a Champions League final, and I'm not fussed who wins.
Let me paraphrase. What I'm hearing from
Yeah.
Flawless is that was an enjoyable Champions League because I didn't care who won.
Yeah, pretty much so. I know.
That is
On top of that,
disgusting.
I go one further. Whoever won, I won because I'm a big fan of Don Carlo. Carlo Ancelotti been one of my favorite managers for the longest amount of time. You can shake your head. You're not a fan of Don Carlo.
I got no problem. He's at the wrong place.
I'm a big fan, and then Sancho was playing for Dortmund. So if Sancho would have won it, I would have been over the moon for him. So either or, I was like, I'm happy for either or. Like you talked about not winning Champions League finals. You know what Champions League final I didn't watch? You lot versus Chelsea, and I've still not watched it.
That I can understand from.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Actually, you know what? I don't understand it,
and I didn't watch it.
I don't understand you not watching it.
What Chelsea? Because I lose either way.
You don't lose. You have more Champions League than all of us.
I hear that, but you know me well enough. I don't want any of you lot to have Champions Leagues regardless.
You're
I
selfish.
could have 20.
You're selfish.
Yeah, of course. I could have 25. I don't want you lot to have 2.
Nah, that's not true. See, this is what I don't. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. You've got 3. Calm.
Yes.
Me getting 1 does nothing. Nothing to your 3.
Of course.
The same way. No, the same way you were like, you know what? I've been winning troubles. You get into trouble, that's second news because you've been won yours.
Because you're capable of doing it again. That's the issue. Is I don't wait till see you're a threat and go, right, see what happens if you don't get a second Champions League, which could happen.
Yeah, it's 2 to 3.
Then the conversation is all right. Then what happens when you match us, or if you match us, I should say.
That's the problem. No, it's not a problem because everything's gonna level up. Everything's leveling up. Your fan base will not tolerate. Your fan base will not tolerate another English club matching your Champions League. You're okay, Liverpool, they've got their 6. But you will not let another there would be riots from your fan base. There will be
I'll tell you this, our fan base doesn't want to win as bad as you think they want to win. I'll clarify this. I'll let you know. Vaya, you're talking about if Manchester City get 3 Champions Leagues. Our manager finished 8th with a minus goal difference. Our worst ever Premier League finish. And a supporters group, I don't know if you've seen it, wrote a letter to INEOS saying, please, can you keep Ten Hag at the helm? We know we had a difficult season. Now, could you imagine that happening at Real Madrid? Where Real Madrid finished 8th with a minus goal difference. Would the Madristas or any form of supporters group, major supporter group, write a letter? Do you see that happening at Barcelona? Do you see that happening at AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Bayern Munich, Ajax? Did Ajax fans, someone correct me from the chat if I'm wrong, did Ajax fans not this season storm the training pit, storm the training ground, broke into the training ground in Ajax?
It may have been Ajax. I think there was also
Ajax, and it was somewhere else. It happened in France as well.
I think Italy Ultras, they confronted the team.
So one thing I've noticed about the Manchester United fan base in particular is, yes, we want to win desperately, but not as badly as I thought. I thought it was win at all costs. It's not that. We lost 5-0 on our home patch to our nearest rivals, and people still back the manager who was in charge. 5-0 Vaya.
Listen.
5-0 Vaya.
Hold on. This is the thing. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Although I disagree with the saying because I think I can have my cake and eat it too. But
I agree with that. I can have my cake and eat it too.
You have an enormous. I'll concede. Those on Spotify, my hands are up. I'm saying, listen, United, your fan base, tremendous, incredible. You're going to have a portion of your fan base that are going to want to keep a manager. You're not going to. I think the largest portion of your fan base want him out. That's why even from an ownership standpoint, they said things were undecided. That's why that letter came out just before the FA Cup. Like they know. But you're going to have a portion of the fan base that are going to be like, keep him. He won us an FA Cup.
And I don't think that happens anywhere else. No other top club in any other top European country that happens. There's no portion of the fan base. If Real Madrid won Copa del Rey and finished 8th with a minus goal difference, there's no letter. And I put Barcelona in that mix. I put Atletico Madrid in that mix. If you want to go to Italy, I put both Milan clubs in that mix. I put Juventus in that mix. If we go in Germany, Bayern Munich, not a chance. The PSG, not a chance that happens. They win the Coupe de France and finish 8th with a minus goal difference, and their fans are accepted. Only here is that accepted. Only here is failure to that magnitude, because there's failure and then there's failure. There's
I hear it.
Like there are two that we just didn't have a slight fall off. I kept saying this all season. If we had a slight fall off, I'd be so much less critical. If we had dropped like 3rd to 5th, the performances weren't as good, but it weren't that bad, etc. Like, what are we talking about here?
No,
like,
I hear
what
it.
is going like that? It don't happen. So, and that's one thing I noticed doing content creating, that a lot of fans don't want to win as badly as I thought, for in regards to winning at all costs. And my eye opener for that was Ollie. Ollie was my eye opener for that, and then some of these players as well. Like, I still see people defending Bruno, and still defending Rashford, and still defending Garnacho, and it's like, all right, okay.
I'm not going to defend any of your players, because
you ain't that shameless. Even you're
like,
I'm
not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But the reason why some of the fan base are like, hey, Rashford, hey, Bruno, is because they remember the purple patches. They remember the good football. They remember the winning ways that Bruno first came in, debut season. They remember what Rashford's done like every other year. But my whole thing with regards to this whole Champions League and this preventing other English clubs from stopping Real Madrid.
I'm cool with that. They can win. Real Madrid been winning Champions Leagues as long as I've been alive. I'm cool with that.
I don't want the target of their UCL to continue to extend. Them getting Mbappe should be an alarm signal to every one of us, and it should be the loudest to the Uniteds, to the Liverpools, to the Arsenals, all you red cartels that want to tell me you guys are the historic clubs. Okay, we'll show it. There should be, other than Chelsea and Manchester City, there should be other clubs, and shout out to the one that Klopp won, but there should be other clubs that are stopping Real Madrid.
Yeah, they should be. It's tough to do. Other clubs got to get their in Europe, have to get themselves together, i.e. Bayern Munich, i.e. PSG,
and
Atletico Madrid, Barcelona.
And
those are the clubs.
And when we get to these finals,
talk about.
And when we get to these finals, Real Madrid need to be stopped. They can't keep stacking these UCLs. We need to think bigger picture. We need to think like we know our clubs are going to get back to their winning ways. But if we're going to be crabs in a barrel, and we're going to be like, oh, we're going to be doomed, we're going to be trash for a long time. Okay, I don't want any other English team to win a UCL because I'm never winning one again. No. We're going to get back to this. So let's stop Real Madrid from stacking these UCLs. If I get 2, if Liverpool get a 7th, if Chelsea get a 3rd, but if we're keeping Real Madrid, if Arsenal get a 1st, if we're keeping Real Madrid, Flawless, hear me out.
Go on.
If we keep Real Madrid from stacking up 1, 2, 3 more UCLs, we know we can add a 1 to our list. We know we can add a 2, add a 3. It's easier to do that than to try to chase down 15, 16, 17.
I'm not first. Real Madrid are not my ops.
Flawless, we need to think European ops.
I don't have no European ops. All my ops are in the country.
You need to start thinking about European ops.
I don't have no European ops. All my ops are in this country. Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Leeds, Newcastle. All my ops are in the country. My ops ain't in Europe. They're
all right. You know what? Okay. No. Now I'm asking you this.
They my friends.
All right. Okay. I got you.
My enemy's my friend, man.
All right. Watch me corner.
This season was DT's. Go on.
Watch me corner this Flawless man right now. You said you didn't watch the Chelsea City UCL.
No.
Okay. Which was the acceptable result for you on that day?
Acceptable? That's the wrong word. None of it was acceptable. Which was the less painful? Was Chelsea. It was the less painful.
Why?
Because that was the Chelsea one was from a complete standpoint. Because at that point, my channel was literally Stamford Bridge Central. It was literally
All
to the
right, no,
point
no, no. Let's
people,
not talk. All right, let's not talk
people thought
business.
I was a Chelsea fan. That's where it stems from. So that's
Okay.
from a personal standpoint, and I was tired of Lewis and Prime and Victor and Surfer and all these Chelsea pricks running around talking about the champions of Europe. Like I heard that legit for a year straight every day, and I was hearing about it as they was building up to it. And the fact that they knew I had to be on their side to stop you lot from winning the Champions League annoyed me even further. But I was like, yes, I am unfortunately Chelsea, begrudgingly. It was
fine.
It was an alliance of need, not
Of
want.
convenience. Yeah, I get you.
Yes,
An alliance of convenience.
and it worked, but I still didn't watch it. But go on.
This is the thing.
Go on.
You got the result that you wanted. Chelsea winning a second.
Yes.
City not winning their first. It wasn't my time. It wasn't my time. I would have on that year. All I would have won would have been. I would have won the double. It would have been the league and the Champions League. Nothing to sneeze at. But for my first time to be a trouble is actually undream of, like unimaginable. So the fact that the first time winning the Champions League was a trouble is fantastic. But I'm gonna say this: you got Liverpool, you got Arsenal, Champions League final. Who are you picking?
Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yes.
Oh, I lose even. That's how you know how I look at that.
Of course, you lose it. Yes, but
I look at that how I looked at this league title rate. The title race is just gone. I lose either way. There's no winning. There's not even a Chelsea where it's like, all right, I'm not really rivals with you lot, so I can half stomach you lot winning stuff. But Liverpool and Arsenal, they're literally number 1 and number 2 up. So you're basically saying, you know what I'm saying? My 2 main ups, one of them is gonna take my wife off me. That's what you're telling me. I don't win either way.
Flawless.
Oh.
Liverpool winning a 7th or Arsenal getting a 1 to your 3.
Both horrible.
No.
I'm not looking at it from a Manchester United perspective. It's not that. Obviously, from a Manchester United perspective, Liverpool winning it because then they go one more clear of you. However, Arsenal having won.
Wait.
Their fan base is irritating as shit as it is. I already can't stand them. Imagine they've been you know what the crazy part is? The vast majority of mine in your life, they haven't been successful at a major level for the vast majority of mine in your lives.
No, I know that.
They are the loudest fight. Let's not give them any form of success. However, Liverpool equally for the vast majority. You know what? This is why it's great to do these shows and it's great talking to you, because Liverpool are in the exact same boat. The vast majority of our lives, they've barely been successful.
They were on mute. I know they were on mute.
They still talk and just chat, and chatting is different for me because I'm from Manchester.
Yeah, but they're talking history. When Liverpool were chatty, they were talking history. Yeah. They weren't really talking about
history, and then they still talk because they've had recent success, because they won the champs and Prem in recent times, and then obviously they got the one in 2005. I don't need any of them. Liverpool, that to me, Kaneki, none of them are tolerable. Again, from a selfish perspective,
Real Madrid. No,
why do we need to stop it? Why do we need Real Madrid? Don't affect me.
They do affect us because when we want to when we want to establish ourselves, as the best club in England, in Europe, we need to take it from them.
Facts,
right?
But but they too far ahead in Europe.
No, I don't. No. They're not too far ahead. That thinking needs to change now.
How many Champions Leagues they got? 15.
15.
Who's the nearest next to them? AC, right?
AC was 7.
7? And then Liverpool got 6? Wait, 1 second. Let me check.
No, hold on. I think AC 8, Bayern. Aren't Bayern Liverpool at 6?
Yeah, because Bayern have won a couple in recent times. All right, let's have a look here. Boom.
We need to change this thinking, Flawless.
So AC, I was right. AC got 7. Bayern got 6, Liverpool got 6, Barca got 5, Ajax got 4, Inter Milan 3, Manchester United 3, Juventus 2, Benfica 2, Chelsea 2, Nottingham Forest 2, Porto 2, Borussia Dortmund 1, Celtic 1, Stade Bucharest 1, Marseille 1, Manchester City 1, Feyenoord 1, Aston Villa 1, PSV Eindhoven 1, Red Star Belgrade 1.
We need to stop Real Madrid.
They're your enemy. You need to
stop
what?
Them. Okay, that's
your fight.
You know what? I'm accepting that. I'm accepting that.
You know why?
That
because
fight,
You two are battling it out for the champs. And you know what the crazy part is? I don't see anybody, unless someone does a absolute mazzer in the transfer window, no one outside of you two is winning the competition. It's between you two again. I said this to you before the quarterfinal. I said, this is the final before the final. I think the winner of this tie wins the competition. And I look at it again and I go, if Real Madrid don't win it, Manchester City are going to win it. If Manchester City don't win it, Real Madrid are going to win it. But what I want to happen to City, I want you lot to suffer from what we suffered from, where you had a great manager and you had a great team, and then you just had this juggernaut in Spain that you ran into who stopped you winning more Champions Leagues than you should. Because we had that with Barcelona. So I hope that happens to you. I hope you run into Mbappe, Vini, Modric, Valverde, Tchouameni, and Camavinga. And Vator's looking around and going, yo, we have got a bad boy team. We got Haaland, Bernardo Silva, and we got Grealish, and we got Rodri and Diaz and Stones and all these bad boy players. But you just run into that juggernaut in Spain. I hope it happens to you, look.
It's going to happen. You know what? I mean, I know the format's going to be changing, but
changing the format.
If the Champions League know what's smart for them, they're going to make sure that Real Madrid and City are always on the same bracket.
What, to meet before the final, you mean?
To meet before the final. Because if they don't, I'm seeing us meeting in the final, and they don't want that. They're not going to want that.
I don't think anyone outside of you two win it for a minute, because you've been the last 3 winners has been you lot, and the last 4 finals have contained one of you.
Yeah.
So that's the crazy part, because Chelsea beat you in 21, then Madrid won it in 22, you won it in 23, and then obviously Madrid won it in 24. So that dominance is already kind of happening. But yeah, don't get mistaken. They are City. I mean, not City. Madrid are your problem. They're not my issue.
See, that's the problem.
They're your problem. That's the problem for you. You know what that is, Vator? That sounds like a you problem, my friend.
Yeah, I hear it. But that you need to fix up. Get INEOS to what 3-4 years before you guys are back Champions League contention.
3 years if we do, right? Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, I'm gonna give you 4. I'm gonna say 4 because maybe there's a hiccup. Maybe you have a good one season, a good drop off, like a Ten Hag, but you're calm.
We don't need that drop off. Like we just
not like that. Not a minus goal differential, but hey, you might have a season off. This is what I said, man. Madrid,
Ancelotti. You know what I'm saying? King Killian over there in the capital. Hey, Vator, that's a you problem, my friend.
Hey,
welcome to hell, man. Been there when we had to deal with Messi and Xavi and Iniesta. Yeah. Welcome. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the big table.
I'm calm with it. You know what? You know what this all shows me right now.
Go on. What does it show you?
Real Madrid have to go to those lengths. They have to go to those lengths. There was a time when Real Madrid, a player turned them down. That player never got another sniff. A player chose to go somewhere else or chose to stay and not go to Real Madrid. You think they were going back after that player? Mm-hmm. There was a time when they didn't do that. Mbappe 2 years ago said, "You know what? I'm not going to Real Madrid this summer." Perez was doing his whole thing. Players were kind of talking about Mbappe and what it might mean. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna stay over here." Yeah. They rolled out the bank truck for me,
and that's all well and good. But you know what the crazy part is? You're a Marvel head. There's Marvel fans in the chat. What did Thanos say? You couldn't live with your own failure. And where did that lead you? Right back to me. Kylian Mbappe is my guy. Big fan. Everyone knows that. That's my current favorite player in Europe right now.
Favorite player.
He's my favorite player in Europe right now. I've been a huge fan of Mbappe. However, he has to deliver in the Euros and for Madrid, which we'll talk about. Well, he failed at PSG. And where did that failure lead him?
Wait.
Of course he did.
He failed.
He failed. Of course he failed.
What did he fail at doing? Delivering a Champions League.
Absolutely. That's what he was brought in to do. Don't tell me. You telling me the Vator? Are we honest? I'll ask you the question. Simple yes or no. Was he brought into PSG to help them win Ligue 1 and Coupe de France?
He was brought in for them to win the league. I don't think he was brought in solely. I don't think it was all on his shoulders to deliver the Champions League. As great of a talent as he was, that player that was brought in to win Champions League was Neymar.
Yeah, it was both. But then Neymar also failed. I agree.
Neymar was the spark. Neymar was the first. He was the star that was brought over
Yeah.
from Barcelona, and he was that. Mbappe, as young, as great of a talent as he was, and obviously he did his thing. He did his thing when he was competing for his country, for France.
He did,
But
yes, 100%.
I
Well, he
can't
was brought.
look at.
He was brought in. How much money did he cost? What was the price tag? Did he go? Hey, chat. Let me know. How much did Neymar get bought from
Oh,
Monaco to
Neymar was
PSG?
record numbers.
Not Neymar. Neymar was expensive. Mbappe, sorry. How much was Mbappe's transfer from Monaco to PSG? If I remember correctly, it was a big amount. He did. And this is me saying this. This is how you know I'm honest. I'm saying this. Mbappe is my current favorite player in Europe right now.
I hear it.
But did he fail at? Yes, he failed at PSG. I'm looking at him very, very 178 million euros. I'm sorry, you don't spend 178 million euros to bring in Ligue 1s and Coupe de France's. That will win it before you.
That is securing a young talent before you can. And you know what? Yeah. You know what's crazy? Do you think Mbappe 150 signing on fee, because obviously he let his contract expire. Real Madrid could give that money straight to him.
Yeah, stupid business by PSG.
Real Madrid was able to give that money straight to him. You think 150? Here, put that in your pocket. I'm gonna pay that over 5 years, Mbappe. Is he going to Real Madrid to deliver them Champions Leagues?
Of course he is.
They've been winning those. They've been winning those.
I go one further. Yes, and he's not only going there to deliver more champions, he's going there to deliver more Champions Leagues. Same way when Ronaldo went, had they not been winning Champions Leagues, obviously it wasn't in such quick succession. They went through a little bit of a drought.
Yeah.
But weren't they already at, I think before Ronaldo got there, they might have been at 9 or 10. So they was already outright. They was in front of AC Milan, who I think had 7 at the time. But he was brought in to help deliver them Champions Leagues. He helped them deliver them Champions Leagues. Look at the fashion he did. So here's the things I think Mbappe's brought in to do. 1, deliver them more Champions Leagues, 110%.
Hey, 2, hold on, Flawless.
2, before you
Let's
go.
rewind. No, before you go. Cristiano Ronaldo brought in that Champions League winning when it was inconsistent.
That's true.
What Real Madrid have been doing, Champions League, has been very consistent.
Absolutely. So, well, now he's gone there to even he has to match that or better that to go and stand with them. Look, his aim is to go and stand with not necessarily Ronaldo's. He's going there to stand with a Raul, for example.
I'm gonna tell you this.
That's his. And also, here's another thing he's got to do. You know what he's got to do? Not only win them back-to-back Champions Leagues, treble. That's the only thing they haven't done that he can do. If he delivers a treble, which he is more than capable of, because when you look at the manager there, when you look at the talent, I'm going like, you don't necessarily have to in your first season, but I'm looking first. You got 3 seasons. You got to deliver a treble.
Flawless. His first season there, he doesn't deliver a Champions League. That's a failure of the season.
Absolutely, because they're the best team in the competition.
So he goes to Real Madrid, and over, I believe he's already under a 5-year contract. Yeah. But within 5 years, he is to deliver them a treble that they weren't able to do with some of the, in my opinion, even more stacked, even more consistent with regards to league and Champions League. I think he's being set up for failure. And I'm also realizing this because Flawless said, you know what? Nah. Yo, I see that they're keying up your car. Vader, that fight's on your own. You're telling me that the only club, Manchester City, to try and prevent Real Madrid from a treble is going to be done solo. For the next fight.
You big bad City, you're Mr. Hey, Manchester City are the first side in the entire history of the English top flight to win 4 consecutive seasons.
Flawless.
Do I want what to happen? What do I want to happen? Go on.
Flawless.
Go on, I'm listening.
If you happen to be happy with Real Madrid winning trebles, or do you
not happy? It don't affect me.
Oh
for
my
Mbappe, God. For Mbappe's sake, I would like to see it because he's one of my favorite players.
This player.
I appreciate greatness, but I have no emotional attachment to Real Madrid.
I don't want the emotion. I want the Manchester United. I want the Manchester United fan.
From a Manchester United fan perspective, Real Madrid winning the treble does not affect me whatsoever because we're not in the competition. Now, if we're in the Champions League and Real Madrid beat us, of course.
You want another club winning a treble.
I'm not fussed. Because we
Oh
were the
my!
first to do it in
What's
England.
happening here, Flawless?
I'm not fussed.
What happened to the greed? You wanted to hoard all things to yourself. Why do you want
No,
Real Madrid to do
no,
trouble?
no. The greed. No, I don't. No, the greed. Again, you listen from English clubs, Vator. You gotta understand, Real Madrid are not my ops. Inter Milan did a treble in 2010, I think it was, under Mourinho. Was we even in? What was we on them times? I think they might have knocked us out. So I was pissed about that. But that don't affect us. What are we talking about?
You need to start thinking Super League. You need to start thinking in that. You need to start thinking Super League. We're competing with all of them. We don't want anyone else getting in trouble.
No. You're competing with them. Again, you keep saying this us.
You're Mighty United.
We are not it yet. We are Mighty United in name only.
The standards that you keep holding these managers and players to.
Yes, and when we get there, I'm involved. If we're in the Champions League next season, which we should be, guess what? It's fuck Real Madrid. That's what it is. But at this moment in time, Real Madrid are the only thing stopping you lot. They legit, you know what it is? You know what it is? Real Madrid are the only team that stopped you lot really from 3P in the Champions League. If we're being honest. If we're being totally honest. It's Real Madrid. Because did they knocked you out in 20... wait, hold up. Let me clarify this. They knocked you out 2 of the last 3 years, correct?
Yes.
I'm right in saying that.
Yes.
So, yes, enemy of my enemy is my friend. Because if they don't knock you out of the 2 of the last 3 years, guess what? You lot probably 3P.
There was one of those spells, though. It would have been Manchester City versus Liverpool. And what I'm trying to say is, when Liverpool were going on their quad run, their quad chase, Real Madrid knocked us out. Those were the late goals by Rodrigo and the pen that was
the year 20. Wait, was that 21-22? And they beat Liverpool as well in the final.
Yes, but this is my point. It could have been Manchester City.
Yeah.
Not Real Madrid getting their what would have been their 14th. Cool. No, you're driving me crazy.
I'm cool with. Hey, look at me, Vayor. I'm calm with Real Madrid getting 50 Champions Leagues before you get your second.
You're disgusting.
You are the up. Real Madrid's success does not affect me. There's no rivalry there. Yes, there's a footballing rivalry when we play them, but I'm saying whether they're successful or not does not affect me in the slightest. You know whose success affects me? Heavily. Manchester City. You know whose success heavily affects me? Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leeds United. This is why I was rooting for Leeds United to lose in the playoffs. I was over the moon that day because we beat you lot in the FA Cup and then they lost the day after. Oh, beautiful scenes. Beautiful scenes.
This is.
Hey, Leeds, any Leeds fans watching, hold that. Love that. You lot need to stay there for another 16 years. I love it. Again, you keep talking about Real Madrid like they're our fight. That's your fight. And you're a very smart individual. And you know as well as I do. At this moment in time, you lot are number 1 and number 2. Wherever you have you number 1. Or you lot are clear.
I need these rule changes. I need these rules to change so that I can have... I need these sponsorship third-party evaluations that are trying... I need these rule changes because I need to stack up the talent and the quality like this. Real Madrid and their Mbappes and Tuchemanis and their Endricks that they've now signed. I gotta put a stop to all of that.
And no, we don't. And just to clarify, even though Real Madrid had their dominance, they've only won 2 Champions Leagues in the last 6 years, which would be fantastic pretty much for anybody else bar them. That's not their thought process. So when you talk about Mbappe going there, yes, he needs to go there and deliver back-to-back champs. To me, he also needs to deliver a treble. And on top of that, you mentioned it that other Real Madrid sides hadn't done it. I hear that. Other Real Madrid sides have who were quality didn't do it. Competition. When I look at the competition, if I am a Real Madrid fan or I'm a Manchester City fan, I'm looking at it and going, we are not going to get a better chance to dominate in Europe. We better take advantage of this. If I'm a Real, let me repeat that again. If I'm a Real Madrid or City fan and I look at the rest of the competition in Europe outside of each other, I go, we have no better opportunity to go and dominate. You have to take advantage of when the field is weak. It's not like the Real Madrid side you're talking about where you had a Real Madrid who were quality, Barcelona. You also had Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus, Manchester United, Bayern Munich. The list goes on. You're literally battling each other. How can I sit here confidently and go before the quarterfinal game and go, The winner of this final, this is the final before the final. The winner of this quarterfinal wins this competition and is hands down the favorite for it without doubt. If you lot draw each other in the quarterfinal again, guess what I'll say? Same again. Winner of this is the winner of the competition. And until somebody does something crazy, so let's say, I don't know, a Barcelona do a craziness in the transfer window, or a Bayern Munich or somebody else, then I look at it and go, but you have to take advantage of it. If I'm a Madrid fan and we are signing Kylian Mbappe, and us and City were already close. Bear in mind, we were already close in quality, and we've took one of the best players in Europe, arguably the best player in Europe, and added him to our side. How are we not? City are going to go again. It depends what you lot do in the window. Of course, Pep's going to stay. Who you lot going to sign? Is Bernardo Silva going to leave? Is Kevin De Bruyne going to leave? Etc. These things are all conversations. So John Sanders says, what about Liverpool? What about Liverpool, my guy? They ain't close. Liverpool are not close currently to Real Madrid or Manchester City. And that pains me to say that as a United fan about Manchester City. That they're not only are they the best team in the country, they're number 2 in Europe, and they're number 2 in Europe by distance. Hey, chat, let me know. Who do you have as 3, 4, 5 in Europe right now? Who's the 3rd best side, the 4th best side, and the 5th best side in Europe? So who's your top 5 for the Champions League outside of Real Madrid or City? And let me know if there's anyone crazy in the chat not to have them 1 and 2. But I just want to know. But before we continue, big up to Staffy for the raid. Shout out Staffy. Vator trying to take me to his fight, you know. Nah, that's your fight, man. You go take on Big Bad Madrid.
Crazy, man.
We got Europa League issues to deal with. Big up Staffy for the raid. Big up everyone that's joined over from the raid. Please run up the likes, though. Run up the likes. There's over 100 people here, and we're only at 23 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Hit the subscribe button. Yes, boobs. You mentioned Inter. Somebody did mention Inter as well. Man is saying Inter, Bayern Munich. But again, people, this is Bayern Munich now with Vincent Kompany. This is not Bayern Munich with a Tuchel. Inter Milan, I do hear people have mentioned Inter Milan as well. So what we saying? I'm just asking people. And you know why Vator's there? Just exasperated because he knows I'm right. And he knows the only thing that is stopping you lot from being dominant in Europe is Real Madrid. They are the only thing. There's nobody else in your way. And you're facing, don't get mistaken, you are facing a stacked Real Madrid. You are facing a Real Madrid that if they three-peated, none of us would be surprised. None of us.
You know what else is stopping me, Flawless? This league is stopping me. This league is stopping me from being able to compete with Real Madrid. They just went out and splashed 150 sign-on fee for Mbappe, and no one blinks an eye. No one's like, yo, where's the money coming from? No one's like, yo, they're ruining football. As soon as I try and I spend 100 on a release clause, I'm terrible. My club's ruining the whole landscape of football. And it's a release clause. And it's part of the football pyramid that goes back to Aston Villa, and they're able to actually splash that cash and have a resurgence. This was 150, not paid to the club, not paid to PSG. And yes, I know PSG don't need it. But this was money straight into Mbappe's pockets.
Signing on fee, man. Let's go.
Yeah, but everyone's great business, Real Madrid. Oh, not a problem with football.
Phenomenal business. Some people did say that though. Don't like I seen that.
Yeah, I was one of them.
Yeah. No, people talk about, why did you go to Real Madrid? Because it's the best fit for Kylian Mbappe, and it's the best fit for Real Madrid. Where else was he gonna go?
Yeah. He's not coming to City because we already got Haaland.
Yeah, facts. Where would he play, man? You got Doku, man. Well, Kylian, he's gonna hold.
Actually, I want Doku on the right and Savio on the left. But yeah, no, you're right. Now Mbappe, there's no room for you at City right now. The fact that Haaland's here, it wasn't going to work. And thank you, Real Madrid, because you think Haaland's going to go and join a super team. No. His legacy is going to be like, you know what? I came to Manchester City and I delivered something that they've never won before in a Champions League. Mbappe, you're going to Real Madrid so that Real Madrid can deliver you a UCL that you weren't able to win on your own. So the legacies are going to be different. The narratives are going to be different. The storylines, the movies, they're going to play out in a different way.
Let me ask you, if he three-peats in the champs and wins a treble, his legacy will be solidified. Well, he has to do that.
A three-peat Champions League, of course.
So he has to win. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he has to do.
And that's what I need to stop. That's what I need to stop.
No, let them have it. Unless
No, I'm
Bayern
not
Munich or
letting Real
Manchester United
Madrid
want to
stack.
pop up.
I don't want
You know what
Real
I'm saying?
Madrid to stack another UCL. I don't want them to stack not one. I
All right,
don't
give it to
care.
Bayern then. Maybe Inter Milan. Inter Milan people are mentioned. Give one to Inter Milan. There we go.
Inter, they need to get past Atletico Madrid. Those guys.
Oh, Atletico, man. Keep it in Spain. Keep it. Madrid ain't got. Atletico ain't got one. They've lost 3 finals. Maybe Juventus. Yeah, if they're in Europe.
Anybody but Real Madrid. I'm with you, actually, Flawless. Anybody but Real Madrid.
Nah, man, it's ABC, man. Anyone but City. Or ABA, anyone but Arsenal. Or ABL, anyone but Liverpool.
You know what, Arsenal fans, I'm calm if you were to win a UCL if it meant stopping Real Madrid. Let me give you the disclaimer. Let me give the caveat. Arsenal, you winning a UCL, I'm calm with if it meant stopping Real Madrid. I'm not lying.
All right. Real Madrid and Arsenal in the final. Real Madrid and Arsenal 2024-25
Yo,
Champions
I would
League final. You want Arsenal to win it, yeah?
And Arsenal win that. I'm for it. I'm for it.
Sure.
The summer cookings of Real Madrid. Oh, see, this is the thing. My trash talk, right? My banter. I'm not just staying local. I'm not just staying within England, Flawless. I'm going out to Europe. I want to talk to Real Madrid. I want them to shut up. I want them to realize it ain't just you splashing cash and winning and dominating. It's not going to remain that way. And listen, league, I'm countersuing you because I need to be able to spend the bread, get the quality here to compete in Europe. Stop preventing me from doing this.
I know.
Stop
You've
it.
Been terrible of them. Let us know, Warrior J, what are City actually suing for? Oh no, I did star it. So here it is. Manchester City have launched unprecedented legal action against the Premier League in a move that sparked civil war in English football's top flight. City will attempt to end the APT rules, which they claim are unlawful. All right, let me actually Google what the hell APT laws are, and then I'll be able to know. APT rules. Let's see. APT rules. Let's actually do some research, people. Let's actually get to podding.
All right.
Let's see what this is. I just Googled this to see. Okay. If anyone in the chat knows, please let us know. It would really help. I'm just having a look. Right, 1 second. Let's see. I'm running up the likes as well. Make sure you do so. So, unprecedented legal action. The regulations surrounding the upcoming lawsuit concern the laws introduced following Newcastle Saudi Arabian-led takeover in December 21 to prevent clubs from benefiting from commercial deals at highly inflated prices with corporations linked to the club's ownership. Currently, a reported 4 of the club's top 10 sponsors have linked with United Arab Emirates, including Etihad Airways. Times reported that City are arguing against these laws, citing themselves as the victims of discrimination in a 165, not 115, 165-page legal document. City reportedly filed their claim on February the 16th. Other Premier League clubs have been invited to take part as the club accused rivals of approving the laws in part to affect their success on the pitch and discrimination against a golf ownership as the rules came in after the Newcastle takeover. Let's see. The league has a specific system that needs at least 2/3 or 14 clubs to implement rule changes. City are involved in another legal battle with a separate hearing due to take place in November surrounding the club's alleged 115 breaches of the Premier League's regulation and financial fair play rules. All right, let's see. Is there anything else? There's some more information. That was pretty good. We got the gist of it, people. There you go. You learn something new every day. Now I get what's going on. Hey, they stopping City by any means necessary, man. It is what it is.
Oh my goodness. No, you're short-sighted, Flawless, man. You can't be thinking this way because this what prevents City will also prevent you. What prevents City has been, and the reason why some want to talk about what City are trying to do, why are they doing it now? Just because we recognize the problem, even though we're having success within this problem, doesn't mean we don't want to stop the problem. So listen, Newcastle and how this whole thing came through with regards to, Newcastle, we don't think these sponsorship deals that are now making themselves available for you are actually of proper value.
Yeah, because they're saying basically they can't be affiliated to the club ownership. I get that. I understand why that could potentially be an issue. I understand that, but I also get it from a City perspective because it makes sense to do business with things you already have a hand in. That also makes sense too. But hey, man, City must be
100%.
stopped. I hear you, man. This domination
No,
must be
no,
stopped.
no,
It's
no,
an
no, no, no.
abomination, like you said, man.
No,
You can't just have City racking up Premier League.
these
Same
rivalry lenses you
argument.
have on, Flawless. No,
How is
man.
it? No. You said Real Madrid cannot keep racking up European cups and dominating in Europe. And also, I'm saying on the flip side, City can't keep racking up Premier Leagues and dominating in England.
Right. So you know how you stop City?
Yeah.
Allow other clubs to actually spend. Allow a Newcastle to actually strengthen to then take away from City.
Well, I hear that.
But a lot of the thinking is let's stifle everybody. No. Let's allow a Aston Villa. Let's allow a Newcastle to actually become new threats within this whole mix and chip away at a City. To your point, let's add to the competition. This is where I think City had to go on the offensive, because again, this whole bad, and again with regards to damages that were talked about this, I'm very familiar with dog whistling. I'm very familiar with certain words to be said that really relate to something else. Oil Club was used as a blanket statement, but we know what they were getting at. State owned. When they want to say state owned, we know what they were trying to get at. But if you happen to be of a different business model where you have shell companies, where you have what's considered like the father company, the son extension, is there a problem with a father and son happen to do business with regards to images and training facility sponsorships? No. But when it happens to be quote unquote state owned because a son prince and another son prince want to collab and then have sponsorship, that valuation, we disagree with that amount. That's the problem that we're having here. Because again, there's many ways to do business, but in my opinion, there's discrimination, and I think this is where some of this lawsuit's coming from. There's a discrimination.
I hear that. I get that.
With how business is done on that side of the world.
Yeah, but I think it should be overall. I think it did actually say in APT, it's not just like if you're in the if it's Arab owned, for example, or it's Saudi owned,
or not. But where this sparked from is, and again, these 14 teams that want to kind of introduce a new rule. Guess when this new rule had to drop? Guess the convenience of it. Newcastle, new ownership. This new rule happens to come into the mix. We see 14
teams do need to agree to it, but we'll see what happens.
This is the messed up part. And listen, the playing defense is over with. The playing defense is over with. Listen, for those of you on Spotify, it's a different night. This show's happening in it's different out here. It's summertime. Listen, we ain't moving like we won our first Prem anymore. We ain't moving like we just won our second or third. We're flexing after a 4-peat. We understand what this fight means. We understand the civil war. And again, it's not only City. We get it. Some clubs haven't disclosed which way they voted. But it's not just City that see a problem with these rules. And the red cartel, those days are over with. Understand that more competition actually means more money.
Yeah, I hear that. And the more competition, I get the more competition. You know what I'm saying? And it may happen in Europe. But at the moment, it's just, it's a Real Madrid world and we all just live in it. Hala Madrid. Do the business. Hala Madrid. I don't get it. And to Andrew, I'm glad you're there, Andrew. I can't pronounce your surname, so I don't want to butcher it, my guy, because he says, Flawless, we need to stop Madrid, man. Man, they're moving like Thanos. Who's we?
Thank you, Andrew.
Andrew, wait. Andrew.
Andrew. Large up, Andrew.
Who's we? Why do we need to stop them? Who's we? We ain't in Europe. But as a Manchester United fan, we are not in this fight. This ain't our
fight. Acted like you ain't an Avenger right now. What's happening here?
Right? We are not an Avenger right now. We are second tier. We are not an Avenger. Our
Listen,
shows go straight to Disney Plus. We
whether
don't
you're
get the film live.
whether you're Hawkeye, Ant-Man, you're part of the crew, Flawless.
Shout out Hawkeye. Now shout out Hawkeye and Ant-Man because they do bits. We are not. We are in Europa
You're
League.
one
We
of
are
the
second tier.
Avengers.
We are second tier, man. We are
Okay,
second
all
tier.
right,
We're washed up,
all right.
man. You know who we
You're
are.
part of the
You know what?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No,
You're
we're
Dak.
not. No, we're
You're
not.
Dak.
That. You know what is? We retired. That's what we're on. We're Cap. You know when he went in the time machine and he was sat old on the bench. And he gave the shield to that's us. We're Cap, but we retired Cap.
No, you're Dax. You know what? You're the first Ant-Man who passed on the suit. You can still. You're part of this fight. Oh my goodness.
We ain't a part of this fight because we're not in the competition.
You Marvel geeks. You Marvel.
Yeah, shout out to Marvel dons who know exactly what we're talking about. If you don't know, hey, start watching Marvel, people. But he's man. Word to Uncle Phil. Yeah, R.I.P. Uncle Phil, man. We. You know what I'm saying? We.
Andrew, I like how you're thinking, man.
Who's this stuff?
We can't.
Who's this stuff? We are not. Hey, as Manchester United fans, don't let Vator try and get you involved in a fight that is not. We are not in the Champions League. We can do nothing. We can do nothing to stop Real Madrid. Now, if we're in the Champions League, hear that. We're currently not in the Champions League.
All right.
So, Hala Madrid.
You can have that point of view. I'll give you 3 years, Flawless. So, Real Madrid have 15 right now.
Yes.
Heaven forbid they win 3 in a row, or they win the next 3. No. But within 3 years' time, you need to be chipping away. You need to be one of those punches, one of those webbings, one of those cuts, one of those punches to Thanos' face in that whole big fight. Even if you need to be Mantis and you need to be trying to make him think about put him to sleep. You need to be part of that fight.
I
3 years, Flawless.
I'm with
3
you.
years.
And it's not necessarily Real Madrid. I'm just anybody but any English team winning the competition. I don't care who wins the Champions League as long as it's not an English club. Who the English clubs there? City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Fuck them all. I'm saying I don't want any of them to win it. And you know what? My nephew a Villa fan, so I don't want Villa to win it either. So how about that? Word to Tony. How about that? Hey, run me. I will accept any side. Like I'm not for Madrid winning it. Let me just clarify that. It's just that Madrid are the team who are most likely to stop Manchester City. However, if you said to me right now, Inter Milan are going to win it, or Bayern Munich we're going to win it, I'd say, all right, cool.
This is what you should have been thinking this past weekend, though, and I haven't watched it. You should have been rooting for Dortmund. You should have been rooting for Dortmund. So Real Madrid. Okay. That should have been. You should have leaned more Dortmund because of preventing Real Madrid for this 15 that will need to be chased down. That we will have to get to eventually.
If City win the Champions League, that's
eventually. I said eventually.
Eventually, if City
you should be having.
I don't want you chasing them down. Let other teams chase them down. The only English club I want chasing down Real Madrid is Manchester United.
All right, that's where your we is you United. My we is Manchester City.
There's none of this people like, I want English clubs to do well in Europe. Fuck all that. I am here for Manchester United and Manchester United solely.
I'm at the point, and maybe it's a point of desperation. Maybe it's a point where some of you don't quite understand where I'm coming from. But I'm at a point where I don't want Real Madrid winning another. I don't want them winning another one.
I get it from your perspective. If I was a City fan, I would be I would have the exact same thought process as you, because you are the only thing that is stopping us from being a dominant force.
I need you to write a letter and your supporters group, like the same way they wrote a letter for Ten Hag to stick around. I need a letter to be like, league, stop with this evaluations of sponsorships. Allow it. Allow clubs to get the sponsorships that they need or want. I need a letter from your United supporters group. That's a proper letter, not keeping Eric Ten Hag, for them to get rid of this independent third-party evaluation for sponsorships. This is where the league needs to go. I also want to point out, if we have Real Madrid even sniff of trouble, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I don't need Real Madrid winning a treble on top of that. That cannot happen. I want Mbappe's success. Mbappe's success can be winning the league one year, winning the Champions League the next year. I don't want them to sniff a trouble.
I want to see great. I would love to see greatness. I'd love to witness greatness, man. I watched Milan win the treble. Mourinho is still one of my favorite managers. That was a great watch. And hey, if Kylian Mbappe doesn't after the slander he's received, I'm looking at him. He needs to deliver in the Euros. I've got too many Mbappe stocks for him to go there and fail. Because I'm looking at him funny,
There's
like,
nothing
you
more
got to
that he
deliver
needs to
Euros.
do. He's won the World Cup. What do you mean he needs to? Who's saying he needs to prove more with Euros?
He definitely needs to prove more with Euros.
What?
After the last Euros, yes.
But who
All right,
cares?
let me ask you a question.
World Cup is even bigger than that, and he's been
but I would
fantastic
say
in
this.
World Cup.
But what we're talking about is legacies and stuff. Mbappe, because he won a World Cup at the age he did, could go down as one of the greatest international players of all time.
Yeah,
because he's definitely, because we both agree with Mbappe's talent and the talent in the French team. They are capable of winning more major tournaments. So think about it. He could potentially. What would his legacy be international if he has 2 World Cups and 2 Euros? And he's capable.
He's capable.
That's the point.
Honestly, he doesn't. What he showed in this last World Cup, it took Messi.
Yeah. I agree. He did, and his stock, even though
in my eyes, there's nothing that needs to prove that he's one of the.
It's not a proof. It's not. No. It's not a proof thing. It's just adding to your legacy. How great are you going to be?
Yeah, he can add to it, but I think it's already set. I think he's already
won one. Yes,
best ever international players.
Yeah, but to me, it'd be disappointing if he doesn't win another international tournament with France. I'd be extremely disappointed if he doesn't win another international tournament, major World Cup or Euros. Not only with your talent, also the talent surrounding you. You could go down as one of the greatest international players of all time if you win. Because he's 20. What old is he now? 26. Yeah. So he's 26. So you got World Cup 26. No, Euros 26.
Euros 26.
World Cup 28. Euros at 30. World Cup at 32. So you've got 4 more tournaments. I mean, you could play on after that, but you've got 4 tournaments.
Let's say 3. I think the 32 as a speedy, because we'll see whether his game changes. But
we'll does rely on a lot of speed. But we'll say he does. All right, we'll even say 3. So we'll go Euros at 26.
Euro, 1 more World Cup.
1 more World Cup and another
Euros. Yeah.
So let's say 2 more Euros and 1 more. So you got 3. If you win 2 of those 3, what is your legacy?
Yeah.
What is your legacy? Bear in mind, you are in one of the better teams. France are one of the favorites for the competition. To me, they should win the competition. They don't win the competition, something went wrong. Because England are great, but their manager's awful. England have talent. Don't get mistaken, but
don't badmouth that manager, man. Because if he has a successful Euros, I think there's something that might be going your way if he has a successful Euros.
Yeah, facts, man. And when Margot Robbie responds to my DM, me and her will live happily ever after and get married. You know what I'm saying?
You threw a shot at you took a shot.
No, I didn't take a shot at Margot Robbie, but I'm just using that as an example.
I had to do that. I had to do that.
We're just talking about stuff that's not gonna happen, innit? You know what I'm saying? She just gonna hit me with a follow. You know what I'm saying? She gonna hit me back with a follow. We ain't gonna do what?
We're not gonna do this. We're not.
What we gonna do? Now, go on. What now we gonna do? Go on. What we not doing?
If an English manager wins Euros, you don't think that's enough of an accomplishment to be United, Manchester United worthy? A Euros winning manager.
I'm not disputing that. What I'm disputing is the first part. He is not winning the Euros, Vator, because he is Gareth Southgate and he is not good enough. That's why. Did you not watch the last 2 competitions that they played in, where he was heavily involved in them losing in them games? What are we talking about? That's why I said the Margot Robbie thing. I'm like, I have a better shot at her than he does at winning the Euros. And both them chances are fucking 0% pretty much. What are we talking about here?
All right.
What is going on? If he wins the Euros, I'm a DM.
All right, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I hear it.
I know.
Why not? I'm looking forward to the Euros because I think it's gonna be a nice distraction. Obviously, I don't have a horse in the race. I will be paying attention to actually all the international football this summer. It's gonna be amazing to watch. But I'm gonna point out the whole transfer window, the whole who's getting who, it's actually pretty calm, and I think it's going to remain calm because Euros. I think some clubs want to see how some players that they're looking after or looking at are going to perform. But I think this manager decision, is there any stress? Is there any worry that a manager decision won't be made until post Euros. Is that a stress with the United fans?
United fans are definitely, and that's why we'll go on to it in the title about the INEOS being Glazers 2.0 and that trending on socials, well, Twitter in particular, simply because because the reports came out before the final saying, regardless of the FA Cup final, Ten Hag will be sacked. Then the final happened, Manchester United won. Then reports did come out saying about it. He's being assessed. Reports have come out. Fabrizio Romano was mentioned it and said that Manchester United are looking at 3 or 4 managers. And I say all that. With all that information, I say this all the time. All the time. Most people talking about it don't know what they're talking about. So I take it all with a pinch of salt. However, do I have concern is the wrong, but I've been skeptical of me and you spoke. I've been skeptical about INEOS from the start. The very, very beginning, because I have nothing to go off. And one, it was already a black mark for me because you were willing to do work with the Glazers. However, I have been pleasantly surprised by the work they've done once they've joined. The signing of Omar Barada, going for Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox. We signed the chief communications officer who used to work for you lot, also worked at Chelsea as well, had worked with Omar Barada. A couple of days ago, we brought in a new physio. A lot of people have been sacked. Those things I like because they're actually addressing the issues and assessing what's going on. Well, they've assessed what's going on and said, these people are not good enough. They're going to be let go. We're hiring people to do these jobs and actually hiring football people with some form of track record. And you can actually see the links. It makes sense. Like bringing in Omar Barado, he gets Jason Wilcox, who he's worked with. Bringing in the chief communications officers, communication officer. I can't remember his name, but he's worked with him before. We've then went and got a physio. I'm with it. So that I like. However, there's so much more that needs to be done. It irks me that this manager is still here. He shouldn't be. There's no reason. This manager should not be in charge. He should have been sacked already. To me, there was nothing else to assess. Yeah, we won the FA Cup final. Great. That was legit the only positive to the season. He needs to be gone. It's a wrap. The show's over. You finished 8th with a minus goal difference and had the worst ever Champions League run in British history. There is nothing else to discuss. And I've got a list as long as your arm of all the bad things he did this season. So he needs to be gone. I'm hoping behind the scenes, they've made the decision and he's leaving and they've got the next manager lined up and they're talking to potential transfers because there's a lot of work to do. Not only do we need to add quality to this side, we also need to get rid of players as well. And I'm asking for INEOS to be ruthless. And Lex made this point on the Yardman show when we was talking about it. And he was like, maybe there is a standoff with the Glazers, which could be the case. Maybe that's what it is because INEOS have gone in and moved swiftly and appointed people swiftly and got rid of people swiftly. And there's been no delay. What is the delay with the manager? Is it because INEOS want to get rid of him and the Glazers want to keep him? However, on the flip side, if it was solely the Glazers here, they would have sacked Ten Hag, in my opinion, because we've watched them sack people who have had better seasons than Ten Hag. Yeah. So it's all shrouded in a lot of uncertainty and it's just speculation. That's why I'm like, she word to the OG Nuruddin. Wait and see. That's what I've been on and still on. Do I like the vast majority of what I see? Yes. But what I don't like is the fact that this manager's still here. That's what I don't like. It sends out a statement of intent if you get rid of him. And I don't want this leading into the Euros is now in less than 10. It's now 9 days. I want less than that. Yeah, that's just me though. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I'll just
no stress, Vader. Yeah. Do your thing, man. No stress, Vader, man. Take your time. Vader will be back, people. Continue to get your questions in. Run up the likes on the video. Run up the likes. There's over 100 people here. We're only at 40 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Hit the subscribe button as well. To John, big up to John Santos. As Flawless Ten Hag has mentioned multiple times, he's planning ahead for next season. Do you believe they're working together? No, I believe they're in conversation. Do I believe they're working together? No, because they've not publicly come out and backed him. So that would annoy me if I'm the manager of something and there's all this speculation surrounding my job and you've not publicly come out and backed me. We're not working together. That's a problem. It's like being in a relationship and someone asks someone else, I don't know, ask your girl, oh, you with such and such, or not even are you with such and such, are you in a relationship? And she says, no, that's alarm bells. It's alarm bells. Are you seeing someone? And she says, no, alarm bells. And that's what it is. So no, I don't believe they are working together. Innes are getting pretty anxious about tomorrow. Why? What's going on tomorrow? What did I miss, Jordan? This? And to Warrior J, it was on Twitter. If you type it in on Twitter, Glazers 2.0. Yeah, it was trending simply because Ten Hag's still in charge. Like I did it on the show with Rants. I just typed in Glazers 2.0 and seen the tweets and what was popping up. And there's people unhappy about Ten Hag, the uncertainty around Ten Hag transfers as well, mainly the Elise deal and things of that nature. Oh yeah, that's what it is. To Tom G, who says the question is, why is Bruno allowing his agent to hockey rat crazy to offer his services all over Europe just a week after the cup final? I think it's two things. Either one, he genuinely wants to move away, or two, he's looking for a new contract, or maybe it's a mixture of both. And if that's the case, cool, let him go. There was links yesterday with Al Nassr saying that they're going to offer up to 100, I think it was 120 million pounds or 120 million euros. Someone correct me in the chat which one it is. I'm all for it. And I like the fact Bruno's future is in uncertainty because his contract runs out 2026. So maybe he's looking at it and going, I don't know who the manager is going to be. Maybe the manager doesn't play me as much. There was also him stating that he wants to know the future of the club and where they lie and their things align. Game gone. I'm cool with that. There's just a buzz on Twitter that he might be sacked tomorrow. I hope so. We're going to find out. You're going to find out, man. But who's saying that? Yeah, see, it's ITK, so no one reliable has said it. A lot of guesswork. This is like the whole, remember the Sheikh Jassim situation where the takeover's happening tomorrow or the takeover's happening next week or in the next 10 days, there's news. Just saying. And Black Diamond, shout out to Lewis, he's his own man. I had no bearing on what's going on with Lewis, but shout out to him. Shout out to Lewis every single time. Let's see what else you are saying in the chat as well. I missed your question. I apologize. Get your questions in. Of course, keeping Manchester United or Manchester City related. If it's Manchester City related, we'll wait till Vator gets back also. And these likes are not liking. Now we still at 42, 70 likes, people. Like check 1212. Let's run up the likes and hit the subscribe button as well. I know people watching right now. Everyone is definitely not subscribed and you're here enjoying the content. Whether you came over from Staffy's raid, big up to Staffy, or before that. We're currently at 11,630 subscribers. 5 more subscribers we're looking for, people. 5 more subscribers. Get us to 11,635. There's over 100 people in there. I know there's 5 people who haven't. Let's see what else. I did star a couple other things as well. And to Phil65, who said this earlier, says, can't compare that. United been bad since 10 years. AC Milan were also bad for a long period of time. It was around 10 years, as we're Inter Milan. The point that I was making is their fan bases wouldn't accept what Manchester United fan bases are accepting. There's no season. Someone in recent, not even in recent memory, the last 30 years, we'll go last 30 years, people. Bring me a top European club that had a horrendous season. The manager's future was in doubt, and a major supporters group wrote a letter to the owner saying not to sack that said manager. That's not happened before. Someone tell me. So I'm talking England, Spain, Italy, France, Germany, Portugal, Holland. I'll give you those 7. They're the 7 biggest European leagues. They're the countries, yeah. So somebody let me know. Has that ever happened before in the last 30 years where a manager has had an awful season, positionals-wise, so it don't necessarily have to be 8th, but a bad season, underperformed, underachieved, and the manager's future is in doubt, and a major supporters group has wrote a letter to the owner saying not to sack said manager. Again, so whether that's any English club, top clubs, don't bring me no mid-table club or a team in relegation. I'm talking major clubs. Someone let me know if that's ever happened, please. I'd love to know so we can at least reference it. Let me know. Let me know, please. It's crazy. Yeah, Jordan S., I swear only our fans or Arsenal will post some shit like legit. I don't get it. I legit don't get it whatsoever. I really, really, really don't get it at all. This love for someone who underachieved. And even when he achieved in the first season, it wasn't anything great. Like, I'd understand if he won a Champions League. Even though I disagree, I'd be more understanding. So with the Chelsea lot having love for a Havertz or a Mount, even though their performances had dipped, I get it, having money in the bank for a Champions League for maybe 6 months, maybe a season. Even though I disagree with those things because you have to continue to perform, I'm more understanding. He won as a Carabao Cup, 3rd place finish, best home record, good season, good signings. He weren't nothing extra special. It was a good season. It's a good season. That's it. Don't understand it. Yeah, Jordan, that's you right. I really lost it. And to write a letter, say, oh, don't sack him. What? Based off of what? I don't get it. Flawless, if Ten Hag stays, should INEOS expect United to win Europa and get top 4? I even thought that far ahead in regards to it. If Ten Hag stays, Ten Hag out, INEOS out, I know we're not serious. I'm just going to detach. Whatever happens is now on, is not only just Ten Hag's fault and the players, it's their fault. They keep this manager. They keep this manager after all the evidence. Then whatever happens is their fault. And I mean, INEOS out, I know you're not a serious institution and you're not serious about Manchester United being a successful football club at the highest level, which is cool. At least I've not been drawn in. I know that from before a ball is kicked. I know that from preseason. I can just not emotionally invest, do watch-alongs, watch games, and just chill out. I'm saying be playing finite during games or playing pro clubs during games, etc., etc. That's just me. Yeah, to write a letter, Warrior J, is crazy. It is. Mad. And you're asking a couple other things, so I get to 11. Yes, I know it's late, but we will be doing the 11K subscriber party this Saturday. So pull up Saturday, 11 p.m. UK time. It'll be the Sarcasm City subscriber party, because 11K we didn't do we haven't done a celebration for. So celebration stream. Anyone who was at the 10K, go watch that, because that's where 16 out of 10 like became a thing again. Well, not it became a thing again, but became a thing initially. So get to that, people, as well. I will redirect to Lee. Shout out to Lee doing his birthday stream as well. And I Black Diamond, don't worry, man. Like Lewis on smoke out here. Trust me. He really, really is. Blessed over here, yeah? All good?
Yeah, all good, man. Bless. It's like 9:40 out here. I know it's mad late for you guys, but it's 9:30. I have to put the kids to bed.
Man. It's all good. It's all good. Well, yeah, go on. Well, you saying final thoughts on Manchester City suing the company? What would you like to see happen? What do you think will happen? What would you like to see happen?
I want everything exposed.
Okay.
I want everything out. I want all the dirty laundry out. I want all of these Arsenal fans. I want all of these Liverpool fans. I want all of these United fans. I want everyone thinking that their house is squeaky clean. I want all of them thinking that, oh, none of them did anything that was kind of like risque, or none of them did anything that then said, hey, no, you can't do it that way. You got to fix up. That's the scrutiny that City's under. And I just want it all exposed. I also want to point out, and I hope this comes out with regards to like a timeline, like chronological. This is how things were done. And then when it was seen, that might be a little too advantageous for a City or a Newcastle, different rules applied. I want all of those things to kind of come out, because I think there's been a concerted effort to not allow anyone else to be in the mix of competition, not allow anyone to be like, you know what? We're knocking on that door to compete with you guys. I think too much was done behind the scenes. I think there's a few things that are going to cover up. And I also want to say this, because let me date this. There was a couple leaked Sony industry, a couple Sony leaked emails with regards to how they spoke of Kevin Hart when Kevin Hart was trying to get some movie deals, and you kind of heard some execs talk a little sideways about him. I hope stuff like that comes out with how they spoke of Manchester City's aggressive owners. I hope stuff like that comes out with regards to, like, who's this club trying to be in the mix and be amongst the established greats. I want all that out, because there's been too much of the, knows a little too righteousness of how things are being spoken right now. And let me also say, because a lot of content creators are out there, there's no admission of guilt why City want to change these rules. If a rule's bad, even though I'm having success, I want the rule changed. Okay, yes, I was able to do my thing. I was able to, win my trouble, win a four-peat. But I know the rules that you guys keep voting in, you keep trying to put in place are drawbridges. I know that how some of you in this league are moving. You're trying to prevent another City from happening, and I think that is wrong. So I want it all exposed. I want all these new rule changes to come out and show Newcastle fans, you're misguided to be looking at City and hating on City. Misguided. You need to. We may be part of the successful Big Six now, but we don't want it to be a closed fence, closed door. So I want all that exposed. I think it's going to be great conversations.
It'll be interesting to see how it happens. Very.
Yeah, and because again, there's only so much you can. There's only so many times you can be punked. There's only so many times someone's going to step in front of your face. There's only so many times someone's going to try to, flinch at you and see whether you're going to react. And I think City reacting right now, like I said, man, winning this 4, we out here. Those of you on Spotify, I normally got a hoodie on or a long sleeve.
Summertime, man.
The summertime, man. You got to get the even tan right now. I saw Flawless a couple football picks him out on the pitch, getting the sun out, kicking the ball around. It's summertime.
Love that, man. Had them all you. Love that.
Yo, large up.
Appreciate that.
We just fighting back. So we'll see where things go. We'll see. I'm most curious about Flawless. I'm most curious to find out, and I hope it comes out on which teams have sided with we want these rule changes versus not. That this civil war that they kind of allude to in the whole article, I want that to come out. I want to know which of the clubs are saying, you know what, no, we need to change this up. We need to change this because we have to compete with more than just England. Sorry, I didn't mean to say we. Sorry, Flawless. Relax.
Manchester City, yeah.
Manchester City need to compete with more just England. I got you.
A juggernaut in Spain. Yeah, I hear you, man. Good luck. You will be there watching. You'll be there watching this season. I'm going to watch a lot of Real Madrid this season anyway. I'm going to watch. For those that don't know, I've already said this, La Liga watch-alongs. Real Madrid signing Mbappe. If they get Davies as well, who's also one of my favorite players.
Wait. Why
can't I watch? Go on.
Wait. How are you framing it? What are you calling them?
Watch-alongs.
Did you say La Liga or Real Madrid watch-alongs?
No. La Liga watch-alongs. Because I want to see how Barcelona do. I'm interested to see how Flick does over there too. Because he was the manager I wanted at Manchester United. So I'm very interested to see how Flick does at Barca and the moves they make.
You know how that league is trash, Flawless?
Yeah.
La Liga is trash. La Liga is trash because you refer to, I'm going to do La Liga watch-alongs, and you mentioned 2 clubs.
Yeah, facts. And also, the Premier League is also trash. I just have more emotional ties here. So I'm more invested.
No. We're not doing this. We're not ending the show this way. We're not ending the show.
If we can have the conversation, if I was a neutral fan, I would not watch the Premier League.
You're crazy.
For what? I'm not watching it for.
As a neutral fan, you just had a 3-horse race.
No, you in your mind it was a 3-horse race.
It was a 3-horse race.
Yeah, sure. Okay. But all right, it's a sensible people like me who told you and said everyone from the start of the season, City are going to win the league.
No, that's different. No, knowing who the winner is does not mean that it wasn't a 3-horse race. That's very different.
When you know who's going to win the race, it takes away from the race.
Just like why I didn't watch Real Madrid and Dortmund.
That's fair. I'm not disputing that. I knew Real Madrid were going to win that.
But you told me it was an entertaining. You told me it was entertaining.
Yeah, because I don't have no. Yes, it is entertaining because I don't have no emotional attachment.
So for a neutral, the prem is entertaining.
True, say you might be right. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so yeah.
Actually, now if you're new, it depends. Yeah, I hear that. It depends. Yeah. You know what? You got me. That's a valid point.
See, this is why we have the combo. This is
that's a valid point. But the
Flawless takes a couple shots, and I listen. I see. I agree. I agree with
that's a valid point. Now, when I give it up when someone has a valid point, and that is a valid point. But yeah, with the league, I'm literally on. I'm not saying it as literally Real Madrid and Barcelona is what.
And Girona, throwing a few Girona.
People saying Girona are, but even people have said Girona are good. So probably Girona, yeah. But it depends on timing and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm an Mbappe fan, and I like Real Madrid have a lot of my favorite players there already. If they sign Alphonso Davies, they got Tchouaméni, they got Camavinga, they got one of my favorite managers.
I can't have there,
Vinicius Junior.
I can't have Alphonso Davies go to Real Madrid because then I'm invested. Then my Canadian brothers out there. And
I hope he does, man. I hope he goes there, man. Hey, Alfonso. You know the vibes, man. That left back spot is there for you. It's there, man. Go link up on that left-hand side. You and Vinicius Junior. And then you got Kylian. And in Canada, they speak French, right? You got Tchouaméni, you got Camavinga there. You got your dons there. What I'm saying. No language barrier for you. I'm sure you probably speak
This
Spanish.
guy's funny.
You speak German. Rudiger's right there. You play right next to Rudiger. German teammate. Not German teammate, but you speak German. He speaks German.
Yeah.
Oh, well and good. You got nothing to worry about,
You
man.
listen,
Alfonso,
for your career, you've already won a Champions League. You won one with Bayern, so you're not
You go
you're not
Madrid and you go make history.
You're not desperately seeking one like Mbappe.
No.
But
He's there. No. He'd be the first guy to, not only because he won the quadruple with Bayern, he was there, right? So go do a quadruple. I don't think anyone's done a quadruple with one club and then won a treble with someone else. I don't think that's happened.
Real.
Go do that, man.
History. Hey, Pep.
History, Vator.
Pep, here on
Pep,
Sarcasm City TV. Pep,
go.
I know your contract is up 2025. I know there's a lot of things up in the air. A lot of things are kind of like in limbo.
Bounce.
You, Pep, have a chance to make your legacy untouchable, unquestionable. You're compared often to Sir Alex Ferguson. He wasn't able to win a 4-peat. That kind of helps. That's good. But Pep, the fact that Don has won 5 Champions Leagues, you need to add to this legacy, Pep. And you need to do it at not an established, always coming from winning club like Real Madrid. You need to continue to do this at the club that just Division 2, Division 1, the Prem. Just not too long ago, 24 years ago, you need to be doing this at this club. Let's establish 10 years. Let's establish you being at City for 10 years. Add another 3 to that contract. Let's make this happen. Let's try and stop this juggernaut, this overwhelming, overpowered. For whatever reason, they don't happen to ruin football when they spend crazy money, when they go and essentially get the best talent out of every league. Pep, you're the only one to do this. You and Manchester City are the only one to do this.
We're going to see 2 Titans, 2 great managers, 2 great teams. And I'll be there for it. We win against you, but it's 2 very good, 2 of the best managers we've ever seen and 2 quality sides. So we will be there.
All right.
We will be there. Because they're inevitably going to meet in the Champions League. So whether it's the final or the semi-final or the quarterfinal, we'll probably get a Real Madrid versus Manchester City game at some point. And it'll be high stakes. And guess what? They've been super entertaining in the last 3 years. We're in a 4th. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's the same outcome as this season.
Stop it.
There we go.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's what we need. Because I don't need you lot knocking out Madrid. Fuck that. Oh my God.
Nah, that's
terrible, man.
Great.
Imagine you lot knock out Manchester, like you lot quarterfinals or semi-finals and knock out Madrid with all that. You would be unbearable, Vator. Oh Lord have mercy.
Flawless. This is the thing. When we talk about pressure, when we talk about the wealth of talent that Real Madrid put together.
Facts.
I don't watch the league. I'm actually happy that you're going to be doing your watch along, because then when I ask you questions, you'll actually you'll know more.
Man,
you'll know a lot. But that pressure that Mbappe has now stepped into, because again, you said it, it's not about delivering leagues. It's not even about delivering one-off Champions Leagues. It's about doubling. It's about a treble. It's about back-to-backs.
Yep.
If I'm able to stop this Real Madrid, if I'm able to stop a Real Madrid that, you said it, has Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinicius, and a Vinicius that looks like he's going to win a Ballon d'Or, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Courtois, Rudiger. Am I correct? Modric is retiring,
no, Cruz is retiring. Modric is staying on another year as it is. Yeah.
And they got Bellingham.
Yeah.
And the
hype
they might get
they might get Kimmich as well.
They get Kimmich, they get Alphonso Davies. If I happen to win against this team, if you listen, those of you on Spotify, I might be on this show. I might be shirtless. I might be making sure I'm putting in those push-ups. I might be shirtless, flexing like crazy if we happen to do it against this. Did they say Galactico 2.0? Oh,
Galactico. It is Galactico 2.0. It is.
it's gonna
But
be
it's Galactico
crazy.
2.0 with actual balance. Like they actually got a balanced team as well.
Yeah,
The only thing is the front three. But hey, who knows, man? They might go and sign Haaland in 2025 when Pep leaves.
that's never happening.
They
I'm
might do
also
that.
gonna put no, don't do that. They might
What do you
don't
mean?
do
They
that.
might
Don't
do
do the
that.
high
He
voice.
fits.
Don't do,
He fits. Does he not fit?
no,
Does
he
he
won't
not
fit.
fit
No, because
as a striker?
who you
Yo, you play
dropping?
Mbappe from the right, Vinicius Jr. from the left, and Haaland up top.
Where's Rodrigo? You're
Yo,
dropping him.
squad depth, man. Yeah, of course.
Ah,
For Mbappe and Haaland and Vinicius Jr. Yes,
all
you are
right,
holding bench, my friend.
and who's in the midfield now? Because Bellingham was playing his false nine.
You could play Bellingham in the 10, and you could go Tchouaméni and Camavinga if you want.
Oh
There you
my
go.
goodness.
Options, man. That's what it is when you have elite squad depth.
I am going to
Play
be
pivot of
asking you
Tchouaméni and Camavinga, and then you play Bellingham in the 10 behind Haaland and
after
Mbappe and
every
Vinicius Jr.
watch along. After every watch along, I'm going to ask you: did Vinny look happy on that pitch? Did
Yeah.
Mbappe look? Because you know what? You know what I saw on the Twitter X timeline?
Go
They
on.
had this whole compilation of Mbappe.
Mhm.
80% of what he did in that highlight was on the left.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's the problem that they have. Yeah, I hear you.
I'm going to be watching because apparently Mbappe, who was Mr. Ego at PSG, is just going to come to Real Madrid and just leave that ego at the door. Even though he's going to have 150 straight into his pockets, paid over 5 years, even though he's going to be one of the most highest paid players in the world and at Real Madrid, and he's supposed to deliver when there. You think this man's going to be okay not being the top goal scorer at Real Madrid?
You gotta go get that.
And if he
Go
happens
get that.
to not, if he's not getting it, if it happens to be a Vinny, if it
Yeah,
happens to be, ooh,
he's been
that
here before.
pressure.
You mentioned it when we spoke about
Man,
PSG. When he went, okay, you mentioned it yourself there, and this is why it's good that we have these conversations. When he went to PSG, and Neymar was there, and they all arrived, he was the number one option.
Neymar, but hey,
And then who took over as the number one option via
no,
performances?
no. Not necessarily took. If we're gonna say took over, he had, I think, 1 year of that taking over being successful.
Yeah, and he became the guy. He became the this is your side. We didn't look at it as Neymar's side as the main man.
And then
You're
the
the
next
main
year,
man.
the next year, you know who came in?
Yeah,
Messi.
Messi came in. Yeah.
And then he
And
wasn't the
then
guy anymore.
yeah, he wasn't
So
because he's Lionel Messi. Like, no one's gonna be the main guy going
so
into that. Like,
I'm
nobody.
gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching. And
Yeah.
again, I'm not forming any agendas right now. You listen, those of you on Sarcasm City TV, Flawless knows this. I don't rush. No assignment. Listen,
Yeah, you're surgical.
contracted man.
Yeah, you're very surgical. That's why you're here. You're extremely surgical. That's why I never try and I don't, because I get accused of asking bad questions. The reason why I don't have to ask you bad questions because you're just open and honest with everything. That's what it is. So I don't have to ask you anything. I know exactly whether I agree or disagree with you. I know where you stand because you make it abundantly clear. Even when you're on your bullshit, you make it abundantly clear. Yeah, I'm on my bullshit. I'm here running agendas and running jokes. So I can't call you out on anything. You don't hide nothing, which is I respect and I rate that. So yeah, that's what it is. But with Mbappe, that is the only problem they have, and it's a great problem to have. However, they have the perfect guy for that in Don Carlo. There's no one better to deal with having that, because that was the thing I looked at and go, all right, how are you going to fit Mbappe into the side? But I guarantee you, Don Carlo will make it work. He'll make it work.
I mean, I was impressed with what he had with what he had to do with Bellingham this season.
Yes,
because again, he got the most out of him I think in a squad that he didn't think he had the most quality on. So Joselu or whatever, a striker, we knew that was
because who would have thought when he went there? Yeah, Bellingham false 9. That wasn't on the agenda.
exactly. So I rate him for that.
Yeah, Don Carlo, and that's why people say Don Carlo. He's been around. He's from around the way.
Mbappe, the Mbappe that went to PSG was not the star-studded guy. Was not the highest paid guy. This Mbappe team that was centered around, the player that was making decisions, backroom decisions, players that he wanted. this is now the player going to Real Madrid. And again, I rate him. If he drops the ego, I'm all for it because you're going to Real Madrid. You should be doing that.
You got
You're
no
also
choice.
going.
We
You're also going
need
to a club.
Go on, carry on. Sorry.
You're also going to a club that have won Champions League, and that's not something that you've done. So humble yourself. So I expect him to do that. My only thing, which I will be asking you when you do your watch longs, is
Yeah, cool.
Did Mbappe deliver on his price tag? Did Mbappe deliver on the hype?
Facts.
And he can't at Real Madrid. He can't be another guy.
No,
he can't.
No, I
be,
agree.
he will have to be the guy,
Well, him.
and he'll have to be him.
You gotta be him for all
He'll
that,
have
all
to
this
be
hype and all this money, and you going in that. You even don't want to transfer fee. You have to be him, and I will be there to see if he's him with all that talent out there. And you know me, I'll be honest. Like if he don't deliver for Real Madrid, even if they're successful, I sit here and say he's not being successful. The World Cup watch along is still on here when we did it, and I was heavily critical of him before he did what he did in the last 20 minutes because he was anonymous. And I expect more, and he delivered. And in losing, his stocks rose because there's a way to lose. His stocks rose. I can't. You could have done no more than what you did, pretty much. Yes, you was poor for the large part of the game, but you delivered, and that was a Nations League team out.
And
there
let me add to that.
Yeah.
So when you spoke of legacy beforehand, he can't just be. He can't just be another goal scorer at Real Madrid. Is that fair? Like, there's
not solely. No, you also have to score goals. Yes, but that also has to come with trophies.
Would you look at him sideways if he wasn't one of the top league goal scorers, or if he wasn't the top goal scorer for his own club? Would you look at him a little sideways?
Depends what Vinicius Junior goes out there and gets 40 goals, and then Mbappe gets 36. I'm not gonna look at him funny for that. However, if Vinicius is on 20 and Mbappe has 15, I'm looking at him funny.
Okay.
But again, yes, should you be the top goal scorer? Yes, but you are next to Vinicius Junior or a Bellingham. If they have an exceptional season, what did you do? So I'm not only looking at him from a goal standpoint, I'm also looking at you from a performance standpoint. And you don't necessarily have to be the best player on the pitch all the time, but you have to deliver with performances. So when they inevitably play you, who am I looking at to perform against you? Yes, of course, Mbappe. Vinicius Junior, of course, and Modric and Tchouameni.
I gotta keep Walker. I gotta make sure I keep Walker in the summer.
Yeah, man, you keep Walker but you know what? That's all well and good because we just put Mbappe or Vinicius over the other side.
What's this we? What's this? How you using we just now? What's this?
We, you know why? Because it's we when it's against you. That's why. It's we when it's against you. Outside of that, it's not no we. When it's City, it's we. Same way if you lot played Bayern Munich, guess what it was? It's we. It's Sane and Kimmich. And Alphonse is we.
I got
against you lot. But everyone else is like, all right, cool. I'm cool, calm, and collected about it. But I look forward to it. That big pitch at the Etihad. Hey, we gonna see, man. Mbappe one side, Vinicius Junior the other. Hey, you better clone Kyle Walker. You know what I'm saying? Or get another rapid left back. Just saying.
Hey, you acting like you're forgetting that I had Gavardio up my left back.
Yeah, Vardio, cool, man. Let's see if Vardio can keep pace with Mbappe. Barbecue chicken alert, mate. That's what that sounds like. Barbecue, a baby back, ribs over that side. That's what that sounds like. We want to say wins, mate. You know what I'm saying to that?
This summer transfer window, it's gonna be an arms race. It's gonna be an arms race. Real Madrid already they took the first shot. They went and got Mbappe. That's done.
Yeah.
That was the least newsworthy thing in terms of announcement ever, but cool. We're gonna have to make sure, and I'm looking at this transfer window to just make sure we don't weaken ourselves too much. There's rumors of KDB possibly going to Saudi League, possibly go to MLS. I hope we can prevent that at least for another 2 seasons. There's rumors of Grealish possibly leaving. I just need to know that if there's exits, we have the quality coming in, and I'm hoping, at the very least, I hope there was going to be no exits, with maybe the exception of Bernardo Silva. But even that looks like it may not happen. It looks like no one wants to come out and pay for the release clause for him. So,
what's he got release clause? I did not know that.
Yeah, I believe it's 50 mil. I think it's 50 mil for him. Not even that much, but no one's No one's coming out to
Hey,
do it. And again, he's
I'm
got to
gonna say
agree to
Madrid.
terms.
I mean Madrid, Barcelona, your
This
time,
guy,
man.
this guy. Yo, I
Why
wanna
not, man?
I wanna remind everybody in this chat, listeners, Spotify, you're missing out. You need to go to this YouTube channel, subscribe to Flawless and his Sarcasm City TV. I'm calm right now. When I get more news on this countersue that City is going, we'll talk more on it.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. We'll keep it. So yeah, for those that are asking in regards to shows, yes, there will be the Euro content will take over. So there'll be watch-alongs on the channel. Then there'll be Q&As following certain watch-alongs. The Yardman Euro 2024 podcast, Yardman edition shows, fan calling shows. But if some major Manchester City news breaks, for example, me and Vator will bring you a show that night or the day after or whenever he's active. So we're gonna keep a lookout. So if City make a major transfer for someone, say they go bid for somebody, or maybe they lose Bernardo Silva to Real Madrid or Barcelona, we will be here. In our right, Vader, we will be here, people. You know what I'm saying? We will be here. Right? I'm
a shout. I'm a shout to all of you very soon. Flawless, man. Blessed for having me on the show.
Of course, man. You already know. Every time I enjoy this weekly, man, love this show, and the people fucks with it too. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna keep this show rolling throughout the summer, people. Then when the season's back, same again. We're gonna keep the show on the road. Without doubt, man.
And I'll be here quick too when I hear of United news. Trust me.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when I do Q&As and stuff, if you want to pull up, you already know I'll send you the link. Feel free, make sure you pull up during the Euros actually for Q&A. So if you're about, I'll send you the link and hop on.
And new subscribers to Sarcasm City TV. Listen, get the notification button on. I have it on because I need to know when he's. Yeah, I'm there heavy. I'm there heavy because I'm just gonna set it up. I got the Bluetooth speaker so I can walk with that throughout the house a little bit and just keep my ear open. Just let me hear what Lex is saying. Let me hear what the men them are saying. Let me hear what TJ and his fraudulent him and Tony have to say. So subscribe to the channel. Show the man love. What number are you on to?
We are 11. I've rolled to 12K. We're at 11.6. So I rolled to 12K.
And I'm going to make sure that I always bring the heat whenever I can with regards to
you do. That's why you're here. 100%. Let me just get to this as well. How did they even start it? Phil65 mentioned something in regards to Manchester United. He says, I don't see a big difference between fan group letters writing letters in support of Ten Hag or online commentators saying all day they want him sacked. Everyone's emotional. Everyone can have an opinion. Agreed. Part of this. Everyone can have an opinion. Absolutely, without doubt. Everyone is not emotional. That is wrong. Because I don't look at Ten Hag and what he's done from an emotional standpoint. Because I don't tell you how I feel. I bring you the facts of the matter. Then I'll tell you my response to that. Is it good or is it not? And I also back that up with reasoning. So winning the FA Cup, positive. Without doubt, without question. 8th place finish, horrendous. Minus goal difference, horrendous. Worst Champions League campaign in British history, horrendous. That's not a feeling. That's just the facts of the matter with those things I just stated. So if you don't see the big difference, Phil, I don't know what to tell you. If you think this, I don't know, I'm presuming you're a Manchester United fan, maybe you're not. Hopefully you're still in the chat. But if you can't see the difference in people wanting the manager gone and people wanting him to stay, I don't know what to tell you. It's clear. I can't explain that any further because to me, it's staring everybody. It stares you in the face and stares everybody in the face if you can't see the difference. Everyone can have an opinion. That's cool. And everyone can also have an opinion on your opinion. And to me, if you're a Manchester United fan and you want Ten Hag in, your opinion is wrong. And that's my opinion on it.
I mean, a United fan could say they don't see Ten Hag being this poor in Champions League again.
Exactly, and that's just, again, foolish. This girl cheated on me. I'm going to take her back. I don't think she'll cheat on me again. What kind of logic is that?
Is it that bad?
Worst Champions League campaign in British history. Not English, British. So that includes Celtic. That includes Rangers. That includes any other Scottish sides that have been in the Champions League. Yes, Google it.
Is that a real stat?
Google it.
All right, I'm gonna Google that.
You know what a real stat is? Hey, Vator. 8th place finish. Worst campaign in Manchester United's history in the Premier League, minus goal difference. 19 losses in a season. What are we talking about here?
It was a very competitive season, though. Worst.
Who?
So wait, worst Champions League
campaign in British history. Because it's the English clubs and Rangers and Celtic.
No way. Who are currently the worst ever in? So which teams in so in England it's Arsenal. In British, oh my goodness. Okay. All right, I won't fight you on it. So
I was right. Is what you're
no, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna fight you on this one. Ten Hag does deserve to leave based off of doing things historically poor for Manchester. I'll complete agreement with that. There's no recovering from it. I'll concede that.
So it's kind of like I'm not. Wait. Let me turn the mic over. There we go. Mic's on. Mic check 1 2 1 2. So I was kind of right then in what I was saying. That is the worst Champions League campaign in British history. So I was right. Because I do my research. People. I've been running bants and jokes on this channel. Yes, the channel's called Sarcasm City TV. But one thing I do is my research. Because I have a laptop to my right with Google. So I will Google it and check. Yeah, go on, Vale. So just to clarify, yes, that's not so. That again, that ties back into what Phil was saying in regards to that's not emotions, that's not a feeling, that's a fact, and that is a horrendous performance. Facts don't care about feelings. That's the fact of the matter. Then you can look at it and go, all right, what are the variables? Why did this happen? Is this good or is this bad? But there's no leeway for certain things.
I hear it.
There's no leeway for your gal cheating on you. There's leeway, but there's leeway, for instance, in your relationship and your girl's rude to you or she shouts at you for something. There's leeway on that. You're not necessarily going to leave her for that one time if she talks to you bad once. The analogy is very much similar.
But I don't think he purposely went out to play poorly. Whereas,
no, he didn't. He just not. No. But he's just not good enough. That's the point I'm making. It's not about intent. Because his intent was to try and win.
How would you? So I'm gonna tell you. You know how there's the Vader and then there's the hater Vader. The way I wanted, the same way I wanted Poch to remain in the Prem.
Of course.
The same way I wanted. I do want Ten Hag to somehow, some way, stay in the Prem. I think that would be great.
Cool.
Great drama.
When Pep leaves, you can have him in 2025. All yours.
No,
there you go.
Once you play for once you manage Manchester United, you're cut off. You're done.
All right, that's cool.
So,
all right, cool.
But he was on a short list to potentially come in the city.
Yeah. Man, why not, man? You know what I'm saying? You were talking all this we stuff, so you can go there. We can be one, or we can share the same manager. There you go.
Nah, listen. He put on that United badge. He can't come over to Manchester City. But I must say this.
Oh, what, like Carlos Tevez?
Welcome to United, Carlos Tevez. That's
what's the difference?
That's a player. That's a player.
Oh, so as a player you can do it, but as a manager you can't.
Yeah, as a player, Carlos.
It's kind of like the talent matters between the two because Tevez was a quality player and Ten Hag's not. But hey, what do I know?
I think
let Tevez have been Garnacho level. I don't think we'd have this conversation. But hey, we move. Maybe it's just me, people. Maybe it's just me. That's what I'm gauging from this. Well, I could be wrong clearly. Hey, chat, let me know. Do you think later would be different on that? If Carlos Tevez was Garnacho level or Rashford level or McTominay level, just clarify it. You know?
You know what? this transfer window, that's a great point. Some of the exits that you have at United, we're going to talk about that obviously after Euros, and it's going to be interesting to see what this new manager, new fresh start. Again, I think 3 years. I'm not going to talk projects. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. But I think in terms of like realistically clearing out the old, coming through with the new, even if it's with regards to attitude or just approach, 3 years. I think that's a safe bet. And we'll see what manager it is moving forward. I know listen, mad late over there for Flawless. Those of you in the chat, bless. Thanks for listening to me. And thanks for the love. I can't lie. Always enjoyed
you. What you got coming up? All good stuff. I'm just doing my further research to try and actually find who is the worst English team. I know it's us, but I know Rangers are involved. Let's see.
I think Rangers are in there, but yeah. No, listen. Those of you on Spotify, you can't see this because I'm pointing down to my handle, Vator Games, my YouTube channel.
I could be wrong. It might have been Rangers. I can't find the group.
No, there's. I saw a recent article that said Manchester United worst ever.
Okay. Yeah, because this is the articles from November 2022. Because obviously we had the season after, because I think it was Rangers. Yeah.
But you guys can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter X. Yeah,
let me know. My bad.
And I'm working on 2 shows this week. One is going to be 115, one question, 50 minutes. I'm going to be tackling that, and on top of that, I'm going to do my weekly show, which is Why Always Me as well, inspired from obviously the man Mario Balotelli. But I got those 2 shows that are going to be dropping. Subscribe, have the notifications, when I'm live, and I'm gonna speak to my people. So I'm gonna shut down. Gonna do my best. Put in that quality time with wifey. It's 10:15 out here for me. Flawless. I'm gonna be watching, listening to seeing what happens over at Manchester United, as well as these freaking Real Madrid stacking quality.
Let's change. They got too much quality.
Hey, Prem, let's change these damn rules. We'll talk about these sponsorships and more information coming. And I'm counter-suing you because you've been doing me dirty for a while. But yeah, man, blessed for having me on.
Every time, Vator, man, you already know. Salute everything. Again, you lot, subscribe to Vator Games. One of the mods be kind enough to drop the link in the chat for me. I'm gonna add his name to the chat. I should have done this earlier, but I'm gonna do this now, people. vatorgamestv. The link is in the title right now. So you click the link and it opens up a new tab. So go do that right now, whether you're watching this live right now, watching this back. Vator Games TV, as you can see on the screen, for those that are watching right there. You see Vator. Yeah, man, let them know. See there what's going on. 1 second. Let me.
Yeah, next show is going to be one question for 15 minutes. Why do Manchester City rivals praise Real Madrid? Flawless kind of alluded to it. You know what I mean? It's the rivalry. It's the locale. But listen, we need to think beyond that. We need to think about this whole competition within Europe. I'm gonna discuss that as well as some of these other topics in the future, but this next show we're gonna speak on.
There you go.
Flawless, blessed for having me on, man.
Anytime, man. You already know, man. Shout out to Vator every single time, man. Love my done every single time. A couple things I'm gonna get to before I do indeed close out. Don't forget we are available on all audio platforms as well: Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. And to Johnny who asked, are you doing any non-football streams, Flawless? Yes. So someone already mentioned it on the playback. You get NBA watch-alongs. You also get the gaming content over there. So I've been running EAFC 24 Pro Clubs. Also, Fight Night, little nostalgia, boxing game, Fight Night Champion for everyone that remembers that on the PS3, running those 2 things. We will get more to GTA. We'll also get to NBA 2K as well at some point. Just ain't enough time. That's all it is. On top of that, Sarcastic and Savage, that'll be back next week. What's the date? I forgot what date. 13th, people. 13th of June, which I believe is a Wednesday. I believe it is a Wednesday. Let me double check that just in case I'm not talking absolute rubbish. 13th. No, it's a Thursday. So yes, 13th is a Thursday. I thought it was a Wednesday. So yeah, hey, Spoobs, big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to all of you lot, man. Real ones, man. Like thoroughly enjoyed the stream. Vator as a character, so it's always good chopping it up with him. It's League on his birthday, so not only you put 16/10 raid, you also put happy birthday as well. We're back today, 4:30 p.m. UK time, Tokyo-ish fan calling show, because I didn't do it Monday, so you get Tokyo-ish 4:30 p.m. UK time. Then following that, slightly earlier, 11 p.m. Another Man United crossover. Man United gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast. So all things Manchester United, all things Arsenal with TJ and Tony alongside myself, people. And then following that, even before or after, you'll probably get pro clubs as well. I like Warrior J said, yeah, man. Guys, when you go on Lee Stream, make sure you say happy birthday. Yes, 110%. That is indeed it. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester United, Manchester City show. Mandem United podcast meets the Mandem City podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.